Welcome. You're listening to Bootstrap Marketing, the podcast with online marketing tips and tools that help you grow your online business. Here's your coach, Mateo.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Bootstrap Marketing. I'm your host, Mateo, and today we're going to talk about how to boost your user engagement using your personality. Let's start by explaining what user engagement is. It is the measure of the response to your product, your service, your app, your blog, basically. So, in other words, how long a person stays on your website, how long a person stays on your blog, if they buy, how much they buy, if they bounce immediately, which means in analytics terms, if they come on your website, don't do anything, see it for a couple of seconds and click off of it, go somewhere else. So how to keep the person engaged. So your personality is extremely important in this aspect, and it doesn't just mean by voice. Like in this case, you're listening to me, so you're engaging, hopefully, with me through my voice, my personality, my inflections in my voice, etc. On a website, on a blog, when there is written words, you're trying to write and try to jump out. You're trying to have your information jump out, stand out to the user. You're going to use images. You may use video. Your products may have to be visually appealing. Your services have to have a certain degree of interest. They have to generate interest to the person that is on your website, on your blog, on your app. And social media is very important because it shows your personality in different ways on how you engage with your users. You have to always make sure that people are responding. So a good way to do that is by asking questions, by hosting webinars, by hosting events, group meetings, and things of that nature. Now, there is a good friend of mine on Instagram. His name, he goes by Johnny D. And what Johnny D does, he's a turntablist, so he likes to bring DJs together. He has a community of DJs that he brings together. He's also available, by the way, if you go to Instagram and you search his username is Johnny D, the turntablist. So that's Johnny, Jonny, the letter D, THE, turntablist, TURNTABLIST. He's really good because here's what he does. He incorporates comedy. His personality is such to where he is funny, and that keeps users engaged. And his particular niche is DJs and his community. So it's the way that he reaches out to his public. Comedy. Try that. If that works for you, obviously, if you're more a serious person, if you're not in that same niche, see what works. Go around, look at your competitors, because you don't want to reinvent the wheel. You never want to reinvent the wheel. First of all, it takes too much time. So it's that time of the episode where I tell you about the absolute quickest way to spread the word about your product or services, regardless of whether you are a startup or an established business. The best part of the next 30 seconds is that it fits perfectly with Bootstrap Marketing. It's podcasting. Now, it's not just any podcast. It's Anchor.fm, and here's why. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means that you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now by reading this ad. So if you take anything away from today's podcast, is that you can start right now for free. Just go to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start. And don't forget, I am here to help you out. So reach out to me and I'll gladly feature you in one of my episodes and vice versa. Now back to today's episode. What you want to do is go out, see what's working in your environment, and always tweak it to how it works best for you, because your personality is something that you've honed for many years, since birth. You've seen how people react to what you say, and you have basically, that is your own personal skill. Nobody can take that away from you. You want to take what you have, make it work for your niche, make sure that everything flows together, and always make sure to test it. You want to A/B test it. So have friends and family, if you have, any, and if they're willing to participate, say, hey, I just made this podcast, I just wrote this blog, I just created this website, and I put my personality in it. What do you think? You always want some level of criticism, some critique from your peers, from your friends, from your family, because you don't always see what's working and what's not working, because you have sort of blinders on. You want it to work. You have your own way of doing things, but it's not always how other people perceive it. It doesn't always jump out to others how it's jumping out to you on paper, or with a podcast, for example, or with a blog, etc. So, for example, right now I'm talking to you and I'm moving my hands. I'm gesturing. You guys can't see that, unfortunately. Maybe if I do a video podcast, my personality would jump out a little more. So here's the deal. Use your personality. I like to brainstorm. So get a pen and paper if you're old school, or get your computer and start jotting down what you think your personality is like. And then if you're into comedy, I would recommend you go back to Johnny D, see how he does things. He also has plugging him here. He has another Instagram account, and that's more of or he puts his community together. It's a Mixsic_USA. I may be saying it wrong. It's MIXSIC_USA. Go check that out too. And you can say, hey, I heard about you on Bootstrap Marketing's podcast, and I wanted to see how you're doing things. Hope you don't mind. I'm sure he's going to let you in and listen to it. It's really interesting. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Bootstrap Marketing. I'll see you next time. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and review this podcast. Talk to you later.
Thanks for listening to Bootstrap Marketing. Don't forget to like, share, review, and subscribe so we can keep you up to date with marketing tips and tools to help you grow your online business.